Hello there. This is Derek Farrell's Babble Travelogue. It's July the 11th, 2018, and I'm over here. This is Beatrice Avenue, which comes off the main drag back up there on the way to East Cowes. We're actually in Wippingham here, and behind me here is St Mildred's Church, which I think boasts to be, even though this is a rebuilt version of it, which was built in the 1850, I think it was started on by Queen Victoria and Albert, and well, one of their architects whose name evades my memory, but yes, it was rebuilt. It does go back to Anglo-Saxon times, 11th century, and it was much smaller then, but yes, I discovered it when I came to play. Why have a car with an exhaust like that? I don't know. But anyway, I came to do a gig here a couple of months back, the Isle of Wight Dog Festival, which was over there in the Pony Club. We're in Wippingham here, and it was on a Sunday and the church was closed, but Sue and I decided after I'd done the gig we'd come in and have a look around, and it's quite a lovely place. So I've just had my lunch in the car park there, and I've got the rest of the afternoon free, so I thought I'd do this video. I first tried to do a live stream, but the signal's too bad round here, so I will share this, which you will find, I guess. But anyway, this is St Mildred's Church, and just go for a stroll round. Yes, I've just had my lunch, which was like very nice. I'm on my way to Waitrose, actually, up in East Cowes, to get my organic wholemeal bread and organic cornflakes and some organic pita breads, which are really nice. I tend to eat organic as much as I can these days. I've just had my sandwiches there, which contained organic vegan cheese slices, organic tomatoes, organic cucumber, organic beetroot, organic mayonnaise. I believe now that we've got to eat organic as much as we can, because the crap what's in the food these days. I just heard Monsanto claiming on the radio this morning that their Roundup pesticides is not harmful to man, when it is. That was a total lie. It's got glyphosate acid in it, and they've been spraying it all over the planet, and it's in everything basically now, because it's got into the roots. It's in the bread you eat, and it causes everything from obesity to brain cancer. It's even putting in their seeds they're making, their genetically modified seeds. And anybody who knows anything about Monsanto will know what's happened in India with the farmers over there. Millions of them committing suicide because of Monsanto. I won't go right into that story, but it's a fact. Basically land grabbing through deceit. And they've just amalgamated with Bayer, the German company. So now they're going to have control of 50% or more of the world's food markets, which is it's not a good. Anyway, I'll get off of that one for the minute. But don't use Roundup. Michael Gove give it another 5 years free lease in this country, and Earths are selling it. Tesco's had it on the shelf. I don't know if it's still on the shelf, but I emailed them and I rang up Earths, so we've got an account with, but I know Earths are still selling it. But, anyway, one of many multi-pronged attacks on humanity. Well, this church, yes, I say, goes back to Anglo-Saxon times. Now, when Victoria and Albert rebuilt the place, they kept some bits of the old church, and this is an old lintel here, which goes back to the Anglo-Saxon days. I don't know if you can see that, but that is see that's an horseman there, isn't it? Very old. And I don't know if I'll zoom in if I can and see if I can focus on it, but round the top of the porch here, up on the top, there's a Celtic cross. You look down from the centre at the top. I'll see if I can zoom in. Where is it? I'll find it in a minute. That's it there. See that there? Where's my finger? And I'll stick my finger in from the other side. Probably spotted it, but it is. Tip of my finger just there, look. See if I can zoom in a bit better on it. See that? That's a Celtic cross. So they kept a few bits of the old churches when the, because I say it was Anglo-Saxon and then it became Norman. As I think there's a picture of the Norman church inside somewhere. But I haven't had a good, it says 1861 look on that there drain pipe at the top. And that was, you know, I think it was, they began rebuilding it in 1850. So yeah, probably just when it was being finished, that wasn't it? It's Queen Victoria's church basically. Osborne House is just up the road. It's when they finished Osborne House they decided this church wasn't big enough for them, so they came and built it. There's Commonwealth War graves in here too. But this is built on the River Medina, is just over here. I'll take this zoom out. So we're only a couple of mile out of Cowes. We've got West Cowes, which is obviously on the west side of this river, the River Medina, and you've got East Cowes, which is obviously on this side, further up the way, and that's where I'm heading for. I'm heading for Waitrose. Why pay less? No, but they have some good organic stuff in Waitrose. It's the only place on the island that can get organic wholemeal bread, which is like I say, half the battle in this life now is keeping your natural defences up, your immune system up. And the way things are going, it's pretty difficult to do that on the food we eat, even with organic. I think organic has replenished soil and stuff, they should have, but a lot of the food, there's no minerals in the soil anymore, is there? So I think we're getting about 8 to 9, well, most people are getting about 8 to 9, when they should be getting about 90 different minerals, and that's why there's so much disease, and apart from all the environmental stuff. But you see, if you've got all the minerals you need, you've got your own defences, and you can fight it all off. You know, and that's it's a matter of principle with me. So I also take the sizzling minerals and the fizzy vitamins, which is I forget the bloody makers of them now, but they're in Byfleet in near Woking. I know that, which I used to live next door to where they are, who make the minerals, but they're actually all plant-based minerals, simply naturals. You can find it. You can find their promotion thing on YouTube if you look. But the source of the minerals from they reckon it's from prehistoric times. They've drilled down and found them preserved in like a Tupperware kind of situation, and they are actually vegetable based minerals, plant-based minerals, which are the right things to take, because all the metallic minerals you get on well, mostly on the supermarket shelves. I know you can get a few, I think, of the plant-based, but they're basically molecular. You get down to molecular structure, they're too big for us to absorb compared to a plant-based mineral, which is like a pinhead. If you think scaling it down, obviously smaller and molecular, but it's like compared to a metallic-based mineral, it's like a football compared to a plant-based, which would be more down to the size of a pinhead. So you can't absorb all the metallic-based stuff, and that costs a fortune, doesn't it? I actually get the sizzling minerals and the fizzy vitamins, which are so, and you can put them all in one glass, and you just put water to it, and then you've got a fizzy drink. It's not that fizzy, like, but it's fizzy. And I mean, I pay something like for the both, which is all the vitamins I need and all the minerals I need. I'm paying something like £40 a month, and I felt better from the first day I took them. I felt a bit more lively. So I've been taking them ever since, basically. I've just run out today, funnily enough, so I'll have to order some more. I'm walking on the graves here. I'll try and keep my outside. Mind you, they're right up to the wall, so. Well, this is a lovely, peaceful place, isn't it? All little flutterbys and things. No 5G round here. Would be a bit of 4G if I was on my mobile data, but I'm not, so. Yes, if anybody is interested, anybody who knows anything about 5G, I'm gonna book an appointment with Bob Seeley at one of his surgeries to speak to him about 5G, and I'd like to take a few people with me. I mean, last time I was there, I took some people to question him about proportional representation. I mean, we all knew that he wouldn't be for it, but I was helping out Make Votes Matter, the Make Votes Matter campaign, to find out. They're just mapping the country, find out all different MPs' views, and he was very approachable about it. But I'm not going to go into the ins and outs of the Conservative Party, but what I'm doing, I'm going to arrange an appointment to see him, to speak to him about 5G, because he is a military man. He was in PSYOPs, and I don't know whether he still has out to do with that, but he's a military man. He even said to me when I was speaking to him, you know, he's not a politician, he's a military man, but he's a politician now, all the same, isn't he? But yeah, 5G, which is being rolled out now, we're down to what, 18 months. They want to roll it out in 2020, and they've got 6 test beds up and down the country now. And I think there's 1 or 2 illegal ones as well, in stealth, basically. Gateshead being one, where Mark Steele is up there. You find him on Facebook, and he's also got a YouTube channel, which is Mark Anthony. But he's seeing the initial stages of what it's doing up there already, like kids with nosebleeds. Because it's, you know, it's serious. It's phased array microwave radiation, which is what the military used on the battlefields in Iraq, basically, and it can be used. It's a weapon. It can be used for crowd control. It can 3D map your house. The Navy actually use it in their radar systems on their boats. Been using it for years. And this is what 5G is about. And I won't go into all the details, and if you look on my Facebook page or just look up 5G, you can find out more about it, which I think a lot of people are now. But anyway, I want to talk to Bob Seeley to see what he thinks about it. And I'll be recording the conversation as well. That's if I get an appointment. But it's a biological thing, cause everything, you know, a lot of neurological disorders, everything from brain cancer to depression, suicide. Wonder why a lot of the kids are self-harming these days. And you know, Wi-Fi is not good either, and that's lower down the scale on the frequency, you know. But I mean, I've checked my Wi-Fi, and I'm getting 6,000 millivolts on the EMF scale, and the risk on the risk levels, risk level 4 is anything above 650 millivolts, and they recommend pregnant women and young children don't be in that for longer than, you know, a short time as possible, basically. And exposure times, you know, are something like they talk about it's bad for anybody really, and exposure times, you're talking about 2 hours a day over a period of months or years, and that's enough exposure to Wi-Fi and 4G for that matter. People try to tell me that it's safe, and it's not. I know it's not safe. But anyways, I'm going off the subject, aren't I, like I always do. I'll have a quick look around inside the church. I won't talk so much in here, because it's a sacred place, isn't it? Afternoon. Hello. Yes, so this is where Queen Victoria used to come. So I haven't studied this much yet, but I will be coming back. There's a video I'll probably buy. But that there, look, is wow. Yeah, so this was rebuilt in 1850. It was begun. This is the Royal Chapel. That's the Royal Pew. Queen Victoria's chair. There's a lot to see in here. There is a guide thing you can get at the door. Good. Mind your step. That's the rose window, I believe. You can't see the coloured glass in it because there's so much light coming through. This camera won't cope with it. A little bit maybe. full of coloured glass. Look at the side maybe. And there's the organ loft. I'll be back in a minute by one of them videos. Yes, there is a DVD of the inside of the church, so I think I'll buy that because it'll be full of information. So we are St Mildred's, Peters Avenue, Wippingham, Isle of Wight. Look at that sky. Good day and enjoy the rest of the summer.